Hey everybody, it's Lee at the Fast Lab, and today we have another fast tip of the day. So we're going to address another problem muscle for the posture. And this muscle doesn't get a whole lot of respect, but it's a big muscle. And this is the Latissimus Dorsi, we call it the lats. All right, where are the lats? It's a big muscle group, like I said. It starts way down here in the fascia of the low back. It wings out on both sides, giving us the width of the back, goes through the armpit area and attaches right here in the front of the shoulder. So what does this muscle do? Well, it extends the arm back, brings it in, we call that adduction, and then it also internally rotates. So you can see when that muscle tightens up, it's going to throw Kinsey into that bad posture position as if she was working on a computer or driving a car. So it's a big muscle, does a lot. Well, what do we want to do about it? First of all, we want to release. And remember, we're not just smashing things for the sake of smashing things. That doesn't really break up adhesions, and it doesn't just make the muscle want to give up. What we're going to do is be a little bit smarter about this. And we're going to address what's called the neuromyofascial pattern. Okay, we want to break that pattern. So like we've talked about in other videos, we're going to anchor, engage muscles to disengage other muscles. So we could use one of the myofascial balls. Unfortunately, against the ribs, that can be pretty uncomfortable, so we're not going to use that. Ow! Sorry. So we're going to use a foam roller. So Kinsey's going to release her left lat, and because she's an athlete, uses a foam roller a lot, she knows exactly where to get to some of these problem areas. So once she's there, remember what we talked about was it pulls back in and rotates in, so we're going to do just the opposite. She's got that area anchored. Now she's going to flex, abduct, and rotate her thumb back to go into external rotation, nice and slow. Then she's going to come out of that pattern. And then she's going to, under good control, go back into that pattern again, trying to release, and then down. So she's going to do that 3 or 4 times to get that good muscle release. All right, and there we go. Now that we've anchored and disengaged those muscles, what we want to do is actually now give that muscle a good stretch. Okay, so now that we've released the lat, what we want to focus on now is trying to get a good stretch of that muscle. Remember, it's a huge muscle. It ties into a lot of other structures. So we kind of have to get in a little bit of a crazy position here to give it a good stretch. All you need is a door frame or the end of the wall. Kinsey's going to show us here. So what she's going to do on that left side that we already released, she's going to actually lean her body weight away from the wall. So just don't let go of the wall, you're going to be fine. She's putting her right leg back. Okay, that's going to stabilize for this next move. Now, without moving anything else, she's just going to rotate her trunk upward, still kind of maintaining that traction on the wall. She's rotating up, so now we're getting a good stretch down through this whole area. And remember, that's where the whole muscle goes. So you want to hold that stretch for, I would say, 15 to 20 seconds and then ease off of it. Let's plan on doing that about 2 or 3 times. Once we've got that muscle stretched out, then what we want to do, we've released it, we've stretched it, so now we want to strengthen those opposite muscle groups to help hold her posture better, and that's what we're going to focus on now. All right, so now that we got our good stretch out of that muscle and we've actually released it, now we want to strengthen the opposite muscle group so that we can get her out of that shoulder forward position, okay? So once we release it, that muscle's not going to be on, fighting against us, strengthening those opposite muscle groups. So what we're going to do now, we're still going to use our foam roller. That's all you need. She's going to drop down into a really deep position here. Now the key is we want to keep a nice flat back position, and she's not going to substitute any other muscles or movements during this exercise. She's going to keep it really strict. So what she's going to do with that left arm is exactly what we did to try to release it. She's going to lift it up, slightly out, and roll that thumb up, and then bring it back down. She's going to do that about 4 or 5 times in a nice smooth motion, trying to get maximal contraction. Now, if you notice, she's not going very far. Again, we want short range of motion, but lots of control, because now she's isolating those muscles away from that lat, and that'll strengthen the muscles to help keep those shoulders back and keep us in much better posture, okay? So there you have it. Quick release of the lats, and then a strengthening exercise to strengthen those opposite muscle groups. That'll help your posture.